Welcome everybody to Electronic Gaming Frontier High School's National Championship Online. Today we have Street Fighter 6 and boy, we have a lot of tough competition today. We've got Petersburg High School from Virginia, St. Raymond High School for boys in New York, Palm Beach Lakes Community High in Florida, and Milpitas High School from California. All those reps today are going to be fighting for the grand final spot to then determine who is the best Street Fighter in the high school in the nation. I know a bit of a mouthful here, but high school has always been a bit of a mouthful. But we're going to be casting some back-breaking combos here. First, starting off with Seabass, repping Palm Beach Lakes versus GlitchT from Milpitas. A little bit of personal lore. I'm from California, so when Milpitas popped up, I'm like, ooh, exciting. Want to see what our boys from Cali can do against those in Virginia. But of course, GlitchT is a bit of the black sheep here today, seeded 5th out of everybody here right now, going up against seed number 4. So there's going to be some tough competition. Nobody wants to be swimming down in the losers brackets because, hey, you want to make sure that you get as many chances as possible. And if you mess up the first one, boy, you don't have any left after that. You've only got one. But after that, we are going to see JediJ versus Game 4 Cupcake. That'll be done off stream. And then after that, we're going to be doing the loser of Game 4 Cupcake and JediJ, and then the loser of Gucci Mane Tail, and whoever wins this matchup between Bass and GlitchT. As you can see, the head-to-head there. The Virginia Rams from Petersburg High School are very intimidating, but they are going up against I believe the Roman soldiers over there from Milpitas. I mean, generic soldier number 4, I suppose. But it does look like he has the Roman head for that. So you can always tell by the mohawk. Who knew the mohawks were a Roman invention? I didn't. And if you think I made that up, don't look it up. Just believe what I say. But of course, it's taken a long time to actually get here to the national stage here. Obviously, the 5 best players in the nation battling it out against, well, in the nation for the high school league is going to be battling it out here online. Just have to wait for our players here. Again, Seabass versus GlitchT. Seabass probably a big Animal Crossing fan with that pun of a username. Big fan as well. Virginia close enough to the ocean to get away with it as well. And GlitchT, of course. Hey, you always need a glitch in the matrix here to have an upset. But as we can see right there, it is going to be the winner of that is going up against the first seed, Gucci Mane and Tail, hailing over there from Petersburg High School. And I apologize, Seabass is from Palm Beach Lakes Community High in Florida, not Virginia. I was looking over there at Gucci Mane and Tail. My apologies, folks. And Game 4 Cupcake, of course, repping from St. Raymond High School for boys in New York. It is going to be a bit of a team kill, as Game 4 Cupcake is going to go up against a fellow colleague and players, JediJ from also St. Raymond High School. So, little battle between brothers there. But you know what? You always want to be knocked out by a friend rather than an enemy. And it's going to be a bloody battle, as they're going to have to then fight into a winner's round 3. Right now, it is projected that Gucci Mane and Tail is going to be either Seabass or GlitchT and go on to winners round 3. But when it comes to these top 5 players, it really is anybody's game. So once again, to just clarify here, Gucci Mane and Tail from Petersburg High School in Virginia, Game 4 Cupcake, and JediJ from St. Raymond High School for boys in New York, Seabass from Palm Beach Lakes Community High in Florida, and GlitchT from Milpitas. A little bit of lore of Milpitas, because that is the one I'm actually most familiar with. Milpitas High School Milpitas actually Spanish for little cornfields. For folks who speak Spanish, you already knew this, but just a little fun fact there as we get into the game. Now, right now, it is going to be a best of 5 situation. So if folks are familiar with Street Fighter 6, it's just, hey, you're going to start. Whoever wins round one, game one is going to be, up 1-0. And it is looking like GlitchT bringing out the top tier Mai versus the Cammy, the stalwart Cammy. The nice thing about Cammy is that you can blow out her kneecaps, nerf her into oblivion, and she's still going to be a phenomenal character. Alright, Seabass trying to find an opening there, but a little spiral arrow gets punished there by GlitchT. Looks like Seabass is actually running that classic control, while GlitchT taking it a little easy there with the modern. It just makes it that special moves come out just a little bit faster, but it is going to be at the detriment of damage. But it looks like that damage is going to be enough as he takes round one of game number one.
Round two. Fight.
GlitchT in advantage. Nice little cross up with the overhead, putting on this pressure with the lows. Seabass finally finds the opening into the drive rush, keeps up the pressure, and finally guesses right, taking GlitchT into the corner. Oh, but wonderful reaction there from GlitchT. Another drive impact to beat the other one. Just for the cross up again. Both are jumping in the air. Seabass tries to fight his way out of the corner, gets caught lacking though, and we're gonna let that level 3 rip. Game one going to GlitchT. Now, you may have won the battle, but the war isn't over yet. Oh, was that the end? Well, I apologize. That was game number 2. So that was 2-0 in GlitchT's favor. Nope, never mind. That was just game 1. Oh, that was game number 2. So it looks like GlitchT is actually up 2-0 at the moment. Seabass is going to have to try out something new. Is jumping into the corner. Finally does punish that. Still jumping. Another spiral arrow. It is going to be heavily minus on block, and GlitchT is ready for the punish. Another corner straight in. Another carry into the corner. Okay, low punish. And Seabass once again tries to block low. Glitch ready for the overhead.
Round 2. Fight.
Alright, Seabass taking his time. Trying to shimmy in and out. Find an opening. GlitchT isn't throwing out a lot of fans here, and that's fine. Once more, spiral arrow getting punished. It does seem to be Seabass's signature move, but it's also his Achilles heel. A very powerful move for those unsuspecting victims. But GlitchT honestly has practiced and training for a long time and isn't falling for it. OD spiral arrow. Getting a nice little switch up here, going from the right to left. GlitchT doing a great job of keeping those resources on lock as Seabass jumps back to the corner, tries to find some space, and gets caught. Ooh, tries to do a DP, carried into the corner again, and gets hit with the jab. And now there we go, GlitchT now up 2-0 at the moment. We're gonna go on to game number 3 here in just a couple minutes. As he gets set up, and no, you know what? No couple minutes, we're going right into it. Let's see how Seabass wants to mix this up here. Alright, we'll drive rush in. GlitchT stomps it with a jab. Lots of lows, but we get that nice little heavy knuckle. Seabass isn't really able to convert a lot off of that. Has some wonderful aerial combos, but on the ground he just seems to be outmatched by GlitchT. Gets caught mashing, punish countered, and that's going to be round 1 in game number 3 for GlitchT. Seabass has another opportunity to get one on the board and probably take a game and put one on the board here. GlitchT jumps in, finds an opening. Seabass manages to jump all the way to the left. Little side switch. Once again, GlitchT from the drive rush. Drive reversal manages to push GlitchT away for just a moment, and an OD DP gets punished, but could have been a bigger one. As GlitchT is now just trying to hold on to a perfect round here. Hasn't been hit once. Beautiful overhead grab, spiral arrow finally carries GlitchT to the corner. It's not going to be a perfect round. Seabass tries to keep up this pressure, but gives up stage control and loses the round for it as well as the set. It's 3-0 in GlitchT's favor as he then moves on to fight Gucci Mane and Tail in winners round 2. We're going to be doing that off stream, and then we're going to be actually looking forward to the losers round 1 over there. And we'll see who that's going to be in just a little bit. But we do have that losers round 1 match coming up next. Now we do know that's going to be Seabass versus somebody else, but let's figure out and see if that's going to be Game for a Cupcake or JediJ. An unfortunate team kill that we will have to figure out who it is. But, you know, we want to talk about that game just here for a moment. Seabass versus GlitchT. What exactly happened there? Obviously, you know, I would say that there is a bit of a stigma against modern controls, but as we've seen at EVO 2026, EVO 2025, as well as Combo Breaker over this weekend, modern controls can do just as well as classic. There's always at least one modern control player who does make it up into top 8. Now, they haven't actually made podium just yet, so it does seem that there is a ceiling limit right now for those modern controls, despite easier supers. But it's just that damage scaling that really, you know, is the nail in the coffin for them, as well as losing a lot of their tools, you know, just the minor stuff, right? Like, hey, you don't really have like a heavy punch sometimes. You don't have these really niche tools in your belt to always keep mixing and stuff like that. So it's a much more straightforward approach for the character, but you do have easier access to those more powerful tools. You know, it's kind of like, hey, I'm bringing like a power tool to, you know, I'm bringing a power tool to this when maybe I could use like a smaller wrench. So it does look like JediJ did lose up against Game for a Cupcake. So in losers round 1, it will be Seabass versus JediJ. We do wish GlitchT the best of luck against Gucci Mane and Tail over there in winners round 2. But anyway, talking a bit more about that winners round 1, I do think Seabass was giving up a lot of stage control with jumping back into the corner. Like when he was finally in GlitchT's face, Cammy is this great pressure character. You always want to be trying to like keep the opponent guessing as you pressure them on block, as well as then mix up into like overhead grab, something like that. However, Seabass was like, oh, I got in, and then I'm going to try and get some space. And you don't really want to do that against Mai because she does have the tools with her fans to, you know, double fans, even triple fans in order to just, you know, keep that person away and zone them out. Cammy does not have any zoning tools, so it's a matter of breaking through that zoning and keeping up the pressure. And what happened with Seabass was when he finally did try and open up GlitchT, he was being punished by doing a lot of unsafe spiral arrows on block. And we saw him actually lose those first 2 games when, hey, he was managing to stay out. He was going in, going out, trying to find a way in. But it looked like spiral arrow was really the only way he was like trying to get in. When he got in otherwise, he actually had a lot, you know, bigger momentum pushing GlitchT to those corners and setting up that pressure. But before then, you know, Seabass was really going to have to try and figure out other ways rather than unsafe spiral arrows on block. Couldn't figure it out in time. He did actually do a lot better there in game number 3. Perhaps we will see, you know, a renewed energy in losers round 1. But until then, Seabass and us are going to go on a little break, and we'll see you in just a few minutes here for losers round 1, which is going to be Seabass versus JediJ. And down in losers, we did have actually Game 4 Cupcake knocking down their fellow player JediJ down with another 3-0. So JediJ is going to be facing up against Seabass in the loser side right there. As you can see, some head-to-heads over here. You know, we still coming up again, have a lot to go through. Gucci Mane and Tail from Petersburg High School. GlitchT from Milpitas. Can't really tell what Petersburg High School's mascot is supposed to be. It looks like the letter P. I do think that it is a... You know, I say it's very brave for a high school to have a letter be a mascot rather than an animal or a person. I think it's quite nice. As you can see here in the bracket, lots of things have been happening already. As we saw previously, Seabass went up against GlitchT. The Cammy was looking really solid when those combos actually started to get confirmed, especially some great aerial dominance there when he was catching GlitchT jumping. But GlitchT was just so good at punishing those, you know, spiral arrows on block, resulting in GlitchT winning that 3-0. Game 4 Cupcake over there having a knockout fellow player JediJ into losers. And look, 3-0 doesn't look close, right? But numbers don't always tell the tale. The whole tale anyway. You know, sometimes you do get washed. Other times you're fighting tooth and nail into last round, always last hit. So that's what I'm going to say happened for Game 4 Cupcake versus JediJ. But I do think for those folks who can, you know, maybe give us a little bit and I'd say, you know, good luck to both JediJ and Seabass over there in losers. But, you know, what we're going to be going into is Gucci Mane and Tail versus the GlitchT. Another head-to-head there, but it looks like we're finally getting into it. GlitchT bringing out and oh, okay, we got the king himself over here, Sagat. Both modern players. Listen, with high-stakes matches like this, modern problems require modern solutions. Meanwhile, Gucci Mane and Tail being completely aggressive here, walking GlitchT down into the corner. Having a little bit of a lag spike, but that's not going to deter both these opponents there. Both these opponents, having played online, understand how to work through any lag spike that there may be, rollback or not. GlitchT with a great little DP. We're starting the throw loops. A little bit of a shimmy. Gucci Mane and Tail with a wonderful little jab out the corner, brings it back to center stage. And he jumps over the fan into another DP. All right. Unfortunately, he did mess up the timing there. Not enough for a splat, and he is burnt out. But another Shoryuken. We're keeping that pressure up. And GlitchT manages to get around the Shoryu. Another grab. He needs one more hit. No, that's gonna kill. GlitchT secures round 1 of game 1. That's seed 1. Looking to get, you know, overthrown just a bit here. We just had to have a little freeze frame right there. DP just misses. Sagat's a tall boy, and that head isn't leaning forward, it's leaning back. GlitchT getting some distance, but those legs are long. And Gucci Mane and Tail finds a way in. Throws out some more fireballs, goes low, but isn't relying on it. Instead of get the cross up with the knee into a grab, tosses GlitchT into the corner, and he's staying there, but a parry saves him from getting wall splats. Oh, with the drive rush in. Wonderful reaction there from Gucci Mane and Tail. Keeps jumping in. Trying to get the wall carry. Shimmies in and out, but instead actually just walks in and out. And now we're seeing the old Street Fighter 2 strat coming out. Or I suppose it's Sagat strat in any Street Fighter. Throws the fireballs. Hasn't kept up that pressure from afar though. GlitchT keeping his composure. Was ready for the cross up there. And once again the drive impact isn't close enough to the wall to get that splat. And he calls out the DP. What's going to be the punish? He does have CA. He's going to cash out. Game 1 goes to GlitchT against the first seed of the tournament. To GlitchT, seeds don't matter. First seed is only 3 away from his, which is the 4th. Really good stuff right there. GlitchT showing us what that Mai can do. Now, Mai, obviously one of the best characters in the game right now. And funny enough, I'd say the two best characters in the game, Terry and Mai, well, the guest characters, Capcom, you gotta start buffing your own boys. You can't let SNK steal the show. GlitchT looking to steal this set, or at least run away with it, extend this lead. A wonderful wall carry. GlitchT not ready for the no mix-up as Gucci Mane and Tail lets another Shoryuken rip. Being careful. Both jump. These resources are being spent at a fast rate here from Gucci Mane and Tail. Another drive rush, and he's going to be close to burnout. He realizes this is actually slowed down just a bit here and has gone to a much more projectile-heavy game. Jumps over, tries to get the grab. GlitchT counter manages to throw break it though. Two overheads and no confirm, but it's really good poking tools. Right, down heavy into another grab, and oh! One more grab for the round. The sheer power of Sagat is enough to make you cringe even from over here. Every single hit, it's like hearing bone just crack and crumble to dust. Alright, GlitchT starting to adapt here to his opponents. Notice that he tries to get those lows into maybe those cross-ups. He's trying to be very careful here on when Gucci Mane and Tail is going to be DPing. Seems to be very happy to do it. Forcing another fireball, heavy gameplay right now, because every time GlitchT gets a hit, he's able to just convert into a lot of damage. Jumps over the fireball. Starting to throw out some of his own with the fans. Overhead's gonna be enough to get to level 2. Didn't want to do the CA. Instead, drive impact. He's got to finish his food. It's gonna be enough. Gucci wins game number 2 and has evened up the set 1-1. They're restrained from Sagat being like, ooh, not worth my time. You know, we still got more games to play here. I'll finish you later. You gotta get up first. Wonderful adaptation from Gucci against GlitchT, being a lot more aggressive, much more comfortable in neutral. GlitchT super locked in though. Keeping the pressure up. Gets caught with the overhead though. And the fast is gonna actually beat out the overhead. OD flames, but oh, maybe not the best option there as he's now burnt out, and Mines and GlitchT just keeping that up. Even that's gonna be a little minus on block, giving Gucci an opportunity to just cross up, and you know what? The level 1 is enough. But the OD fans, they're gonna beat out the Panic CA. And it gets round 1. An unfortunate use of the CA is now Gucci is without any bar here for round number 2. He can't get some more meter, but he has to bring it to the last round. GlitchT, big fan of just walking forward than walking back. Hasn't been able to get this perfect parry, not in this online environment. Wonderful cross up with the light kick. And drive rush. GlitchT may be burnt out, but the soul burns on. He cannot allow Gucci to start the pressure, and he misses the overhead. As a level 1 catches the jump. Wonderful anti-air. He's powered up. Gucci unable to dodge. The DP calls out the jump in, and he secures game number 2. GlitchT 2-1 over Gucci Mane. We're going into game number 4, but as we saw last time, Gucci did adapt very well. We're gonna see what game plan he brings into this. Are we gonna see a change of character here? Now this is allowed. Looks like the Sagat may not be enough here for game number 4. Now in Street Fighter 6. The winner has to stay their character, but the loser is able to change. They don't have to say hey, you know, they do have to announce who they're going to go to, but there is some consideration here from Gucci to see you know what, I don't think, my game plan is kind of crumbling under the pressure here. Maybe a changing character is going to just mix it up, and it's gonna be the mirror match. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. Already completely aggressive there, using a lot more fans to find his way in. GlitchT actually just waiting for Gucci to come to him, and he's already burnt out. That's what happens when you do more blocking than pressure. GlitchT holding on to as much bar as he can. Gucci's out of burnouts, but at half health. Gucci has been actually trying to do a lot more fan work in order to open up GlitchT. But GlitchT has, been a lot more conservative with his game plan with the fans. GlitchT unable to react to the drive impact as Gucci gets out of the corner. Oh no, and GlitchT misses the DP, but the jab is going to secure him round 1. He does not want to go to game 5. We cannot let Gucci adapt in time and get used to fighting with Mai here. GlitchT jumps over the fan. Gucci gets caught. Back in the corner. He does have to parry. And we can side switch with a grab. Lots of jumping and no hits. Listen, when your offense fails and your defense fails, footsies will never fail you. Just reset the situation. A perfect parry into the grab, the side switch once more. The fan keeping up that pressure in the corner. We do have the level 2 there from GlitchT, but we also have the CA here from Gucci. Just trying to find a way to spend it, bring it to last round. We don't have another opportunity, and there's gonna be none as GlitchT wins 3-1. Using that level 3 for a photo finish. A wonderful upset here from GlitchT over the first seed, making Milpitas proud, and this California native just a little weepy. It's beautiful. Anyway, GlitchT moving on over there to, I believe, a winners finals. Sitting pretty for possibly, he's gonna have to go up against Game 4 Cupcake. But let's talk about what happened here. So Gucci, Mane and Tail obviously went Sagat those first 2 games, and a very good Sagat as well. I would say not so heavy with the fireball gameplay. He was really just going in for these low pokes, standing pokes. His overheads were excellent, and GlitchT wasn't really prepared for that at first. And GlitchT, oftentimes is just missing the DP. Now, credit to both players. That first game was a little lag heavy. You did see those little bursts of like, ooh, we got some freeze frame here and there, but really just more for the excitement, for the folks at home. Chat, you had some great moments right there that you could have screenshotted. But anyway, both of them were trying to fill each other out, and you really did see both of them figure each other out when it finally came down to that game number 3, where GlitchT managed to just pull away in terms of the pressure, the game plan, and it didn't look like Gucci's Sagat was really making the right moves there. So switching over to Mai, going up the tier list just a bit, and doing more of a fan-heavy style for the game number 4 wasn't going to be enough, though, to stop the momentum that GlitchT had going into that. As GlitchT was able to just, carry from one corner to the next. Though we did see a lot more fight here from Gucci. If Gucci manages to make it back into grand finals on loser side, I do expect to see more of that Mai instead of the Sagat. But before that, guys, it's time to get some more snacks, take a little bit of a breather, and we'll be right back in just a few with winners finals. GlitchT versus Game. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you got some snacks. Hope you got some water because you don't want to be going anywhere. We have Game 4 Cupcake, the second seed versus GlitchT, seed number 5, unseeding, well, upsetting Gucci Mane and Tail over there in winners round 2, 3-1, forcing him off the Sagat to my, but not even able to actually manage to even it up into a game 5. No. GlitchT still managing to get that 3-1, knocking him down to fight JediJ over in loser's side. As we can see right there, it was GlitchT has fought his way over from winners round 1 with a 3-0 over Seabass. And then JediJ over in losers round 1, managing to get a 3-0 over Seabass. And Gucci Mane until then fallen down to GlitchT over in winners round 1 and having to fight JediJ over there. Now JediJ, he's warmed up from Seabass, so he's going to be able to give Gucci Mane and Tail a run for his money over there. And still coming up, we do have GlitchT in Game 4 Cupcake on stream in just a few moments. Meanwhile, JediJ and Gucci Mane Tail are going to have to fight to secure their place in losers finals and to fight the loser of winners finals. Now remember, it is double limb, so whoever manages to get up to grand finals from the loser side is going to have to win 2 sets. One to reset the bracket, and the second to secure the victory. Meanwhile, on winner's side, you only need 1. It's a really good advantage to have in any tournament format. Personally, I'm very interested to see if Gucci is going to be running that Sagat all the way through up until the end, or if he's just completely switching to Mai or switching on and off. But Game 4 Cupcake's going to have to make the St. Raymond Ravens proud here as he goes up against Milpitas High School's GlitchT. And now look at that. We have the bird. We got the animal mascot here. No letter, no man, no woman, a bird. And Game 4 Cupcake is going to want to fly high here if he wants to make it into grand finals. Game 4 Cupcake is not the only St. Raymond High School champion here. JediJ over there does have a chance to actually make it so that you get 2 St. Raymond Ravens in podium place here, but he does have to get through Gucci, Mane, and Tail, who hails from Petersburg High School, the lone Virginian in brackets. Meanwhile, New York stays strong with 2. Seabass, hailing from Palm Beach Lakes Community High in Florida, has gone down, but GlitchT, still the pride and joy of Milpitas High School from California. GlitchT does not seem to have another character in his pocket. Mai is going to be Bay all the way through. Game 4 Cupcake, though, we're going to have to see. We've seen a lot of good variety of characters here in this bracket today. We have seen Mai, we've seen Cammy, Sagat, another Mai, but would like to see that diversity of characters continue on here in winners finals. And it's going to be GlitchT's Mai versus, Mr. Street Fighter himself, Game 4 Cupcake's Ryu. This is finally game number 1 of winners finals here at EGF High School's National Championship Online. GlitchT locked in as always, but this is actually a classic Ryu, so we do have access to all those tools. Even with those tools, he can't actually be just rushed down there. Game 4 Cupcake does have that tension charge. The DP out of the corner is going to be punished. And that's an easy round 1 there for GlitchT.
You're good, but not good enough.
Round 2.
I believe in SNK superiority. And so does GlitchT. Game for Cupcake with the Hadoken. Another one. Gets the charge, isn't able to parry the fan fast enough, and is walking back. Donkey kick. At least keeps GlitchT at bay. Another Hadoken. Denshin charge. Trying to bait. You do see these jabs here from Game 4 Cupcake. He's actually trying to stop a drive rush in just like that, but in the corner, hey, you're just gonna have to DP to save your life there. Did get punished last time, but GlitchT was too close and gets hit by it. Game for Cupcake doesn't really know what to do here with these fans. He walks back, he jumps over. What a cross-up. Get the juggle. We're not going to cash out. And no! The drive impact misses, and GlitchT secures round 2 and the first game of the set. Still a best of 5, folks. But we did see moments of brilliance there from Game 4 Cupcake. That Ryu is looking strong, just has to figure out exactly what GlitchT wants. You know, we did see those jabs there, neutral, trying to bait out, you know, see like, hey, if GlitchT is just going to drive rush in, you're not going to be able to get in for free. My jab is fast. Game for Cupcake has an opportunity to show what he's got, especially when he does have that theme song playing. Or is this boss music? No, it's his theme song. Wonderful OD DP into the Denshin charge. He drive rushes in, and he'll take that trade. Looking like the best Ryu in the world with those DPs. Nice little light punch into another donkey kick. Then he kicked the jump in, but GlitchT calls out another donkey kick, and he now has side switched. Game for Cupcake is in the corner, but he's not out, and they take the trade, and GlitchT wins round 1.
Real work out there.
Round 2. Fight.
Round number 2. Game for Cupcake still staying strong here with that fireball game plan. More Denshin charges are good, but what good is it if he isn't able to combo it and start a juggle? Walked in the corner, he gets a side switch.
Lost your cool?
Perfect parry into another grab for side switch.
Stay down.
Those fans keeping up the pain. Drive impact not the right choice there, as he gets thrown loop here. Hey, if he got the cash, make it splash. GlitchT wins game number 2. Game for Cupcake's gonna have to take it on the chin right there, as he's gonna have to think of another game plan here going into game number 3. Those jabs into donkey kicks were pretty good ideas, but the fireball game plan here, round start into mid-round as well, isn't really working out, but he's sticking with it. Throwing out those heavy Hadokens. He's got to go easy on those drive impacts as well, but hold on a second. We've turned up the heat. GlitchT stuck in the corner. Game for Cupcake calls out the fans. Is this looking like a perfect round? It is! Game for Cupcake has come alive with a perfect KO.
Round 2. Fight.
Using those Hadokens strategically rather than just relying on it further for GlitchT to come in is great. They call out the jump, but GlitchT just a little faster there with the jab. He's powered up. Those fans are hot, 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 and powered up, they do bounce off you and come straight down. GlitchT with another throw into the corner, but Game for Cupcake gets that OD DP. That donkey kick is so safe on block, and he's putting it to good use. But if he over relies on it, GlitchT is gonna jump over and cross cut, just like you saw right there. Another Hadoken into a Denshin charge. Game for Cupcake ready for the punish right there, but no, the drive rush actually makes him drop that combo. An unfortunate situation right there as he has to reset neutral. He jumps in, eager for the kill. Another jab into donkey kick. He gets the grab and the game. He's put one on the board. It's 2-1 right now. Hey, losing 2 straight in a row is going to wake up the beast in any man. But can we bring it to a game number 5? Game for Cupcake thinks he can. GlitchT on the ropes here for the first time in this bracket. SNK versus Mr. Street Fighter, a tale as old as time here, at least when it comes to those versus games. With how many combos we got going, you'd be mistaken if this was Capcom versus SNK. GlitchT keeping Game for Cupcake in the corner, calls out the DP. It's been Game for Cupcake's ace in the hole here to get out. But that's not going to save him here, as it's looked like, oh, he's burned out, but he has a sliver of health, a sliver of hope. And he jumps into the fan. Round 1 goes to GlitchT. He needs 1 more to punch his way into grand finals. Game for Cupcake needs to win 2 in a row to bring it to a game number 5. He has all the momentum behind his back. GlitchT is looking to reverse his fortune. Carries him into the corner. An unsafe medium jab. Oh, and misses the grab. GlitchT, he's just too tiny. But that DP is big and strong. Both are burnt out. We're going to have to play some classic Street Fighter here. Both jumping in. More Hadokens. And we do have that level 2 here. Game for Cupcake. Looking to get that off. Puts him in the corner. Is he gonna need it? He's gonna need it. That CA is right there. Oh no! And he lets it rip and he gets it. We're going to game 5. Hey, sometimes you just gotta mash to save your life. GlitchT should have been just a little more wary right there. Oh, I apologize. Sorry. Game number 3. Round 3. Final round. Game for a Cupcake. Needs 1 more. He has no bar here. And GlitchT does have 2 and looking to get level 3 right now. Game for Cupcake. Playing footsies. Throws out that overpowered Hadoken. Trying to call out that jump as well. Oh no! The drive rush into the DI beats out that preemptive one there from Game for Cupcake. He's in the corner. He's gonna try and DP. And GlitchT was ready for it, but it looks like Game for Cupcake was ready to try and mix it up as well. This is not going to kill, but Game for Cupcake's not gonna have a lot of life to play with here.
Beautiful, right?
Alright, he is burnt out. Another panic DP. The level 1 misses! It's like shooting an assault rifle into the air. Not even the last pixel can save him from defeat. GlitchT wins 3-1. But what a set. GlitchT looking a little flustered right there as he was looking at the inevitable game 5, but manages to, you know, bring defeat out of the jaws of, well, manages to get victory out of the jaws of defeat. But Game for Cupcake played his heart out. That Ryu is strong. And I'd say if Gucci is the one, either Gucci or JediJ over there down in losers are going to have a hard time fighting against Game for a Cupcake. That is going to be a bloodbath to see who makes it to try and get that run back against GlitchT in grand finals. Or, for the first time, JediJ could have the opportunity to actually get that out. And it still looks like it's going to be decided at the moment there. But we're talking a little bit about that. I'd say there's just some moments there where Game for Cupcake just, I'd say, messed up just a little bit. You know, we saw that drive rush to try and extend that combo, but actually passed underneath, you know, the juggle situation. So it's like, hey, you know, you just expected that to push a little further. You know, a minor mistake there, and did cost him the round as well as that second game right there. But however, when Game for Cupcake got that perfect round, it's okay. He knows these timings. He knows exactly like when he's not nervous, he can actually push and get those combos. And then it's like, oh, okay, he missed a couple grabs here and there. So really, Game for Cupcake, when going up against GlitchT, he just needs to tighten up these moments and not try and panic. But I would say that CA right there in that round 2 of game number 4, just exquisite. What a call out. But unfortunately, having no more meter going into round number 3 did put him on the back foot. But this is going to be something that he keeps in mind for losers finals up against that winner of JediJ versus Gucci. And as we wait to see who wins that off stream, we're going to be taking a quick little break. So don't go anywhere. Don't change that Twitch channel. We'll be right back.
I'm lost in a manic dream. It weighs on me endlessly. Your tenderness drifts in the wind. The depth of your love is a sin. I'll keep my distance, babe. It's all by design, blinded in the fog of love. Why don't you tell me?
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Swiss Rider, and I'm bringing you what is going to be a very exciting losers finals here at the Electronic Gaming Frontier High School National Championship online. Now, what we do have here is looks like JediJ actually won 3-1 over the first seed Gucci, Mane, and Tail. This little number 3 seed who could do it has gone on to losers finals versus Game 4 Cupcake. Now, just to go through exactly what's been happening here so far. So Game 4 Cupcake is going to be facing off against JediJ in losers finals in order to go and get the run back against GlitchT in grand finals. So this is going to be actually a run back from winners round 2. Game 4 Cupcake did beat JediJ 3-0, fellow teammate over there at the Ravens. So it's going to be very exciting to see how JediJ has managed to make his way over there through a brutal losers bracket, beating Seabass 3-0, then the number 1 seed Gucci Mane and Tail 3-1. So this man is on a tear. He's got the momentum completely behind him. And Game 4 Cupcake, that Ryu, no slouch at all, did go toe-to-toe there with GlitchT in winners finals, but wasn't able to actually get into grand finals on winners side, but has another chance to do it to get the run back or to give JediJ a chance to actually take a crack at GlitchT. Both of them hailing from St. Raymond High School for boys in New York. Hey, I live in New York. I'm always going to root for our New York boys. But of course, it's going to be another team kill here. But is Game 4 Cupcake going to be able to recreate the magic from winners round 2? Or is JediJ going to be like, look, I have leveled up. I've kept warm. I've been playing hot. You're not going to be ready for me this time. It all comes down to this. Losers finals, JediJ on Alex. Oh, wait a minute, though. Hold on. Quick little matchmaking error at the moment. Maybe Game 4 Cupcake's like, hold on a second. Is Ryu going to be enough to take down the Street Fighter 3 menace himself? We'll have to see. Or just a quick little, like, hey, reset, get into it. JediJ. It's going to be a fight to the finish here in losers finals. JediJ rocking actually the custom UI right there. A little bubbly, a little exciting, and a nice little visual change here. Now, Alex, for those of you guys who don't know, is a bit of a grappler powerhouse. You always want to be mixing up your stances here. Almost like Angel over there from King of Fighters. You always got to keep your opponent guessing, which is why you'll see JediJ actually go into that crouch right there. You just have so many options right there. Always able to keep Game 4 Cupcake on his toes. The Game 4 Cupcake, great with those reactions, and takes round 1 of losers finals game 1. Being on the same team, these two have practiced tirelessly hours against one another. They know each other's tricks, but hey, all that practice, what really comes down to is how you perform in brackets. JediJ with some great conversions. Tries a heavy kick of his own. And he's keeping Game 4 Cupcake in the corner scared. But now he's got that Genshin charge. He has to parry. Another Genshin charge. JediJ trying to just find a crack in the armor, but Game for Cupcake is just pressing his advantage, throwing out all these fireballs. Finally jumps over, blocks it. Oh, and a great bait into the drive impact. Now we're getting the party started. Game for Cupcake does have that critical art. JediJ does as well. But he just needs one more round. He wants to save it for the last one. And he manages to do it both at full bar. JediJ, now is not the time to relax, as he's looking to start this set with a point advantage. Into the ground, more towards the corner, a drive rush stopping right before Game for Cupcake's able to get that down, that low medium. It's the grab, Game for Cupcake with the punish. And he's keeping this fireball game plan running. Meanwhile, JediJ just taking his time, prowling, not trying to just get in there and overextend, but Game for Cupcake's been like, if you're not going to press forward, I will. 2 Hadokens in a row, 3 Hadokens. JediJ jumps over the fireball. Parries both. Again, this rush meter. But he's back in the corner. Both are jumping. He manages to get out. He misses the punish. He overextends with the jab. But he's still alive, but no, the medium crouching jab wins Game for Cupcake. Game number 1. As you may have seen in the bracket before, it was a 3-0 victory for Game for Cupcake over JediJ in winners round 2. But as I've said before, numbers don't tell the whole tale. These two are going blow for blow and keeping it close. Game for Cupcake wants to get even closer to JediJ. Drive rushes into the ground, pushes him to the corner. But we got that great stomp as JediJ then goes in, putting on this massive damage. Haven't seen a grab set up yet, but JediJ ready to punish the Shoryuken. In the corner, one more grab for good measure. It's overkill, but overkill is underrated. Immediate OD fireball on frame number 1. The JediJ being like, yo, I can OD too. He walks forward, isn't able to actually block in time. That fireball just a little too strong. He stops the drive rush with a jab. He jumps in. JediJ has all the time in the world to figure out the fireball pattern, and he does it. But a missed punish and Game for Cupcake's back in this. Another Genshin charge. He jumps over it. A little short hop. Not ready for the low kick. JediJ tries to prowl forward. Game for Cupcake relentless with this fireball pressure. And JediJ is opened up. Round 3 of game 2. JediJ looking to even up the set. He rushes in, gets the hit, but Game for Cupcake jumps over the jabs and is resetting the situation to where he's most comfortable, staying far, far away from JediJ. JediJ with so many parries, the Game for Cupcake mixes it up and presses forward again. JediJ goes in, unleashes the level 3. It is going to bring them down to close to even health. Not a critical arts, but you know what? He wants the damage. Because he doesn't think that Game for Cupcake is actually going to allow him to get close in to finish the job. We're trading with the Shoryuken. Game for Cupcake has a critical art as well, and we've seen that in bracket before against GlitchT. He knows exactly how to mash it. JediJ finishes up his food though and puts 1 on the board, evening up the set 1-1. And congratulations to him for reaching Fighter Pass Tier 16. What do you get? Probably just a sticker. But hey, we'll take anything. We got some jazzy tunes here from Street Fighter 3. Thinking of the days when Alex was a terror. Still is a terror, but still has some time to have to prove himself to climb up the ranks of that tier list. So far, JediJ is taking all that damage. Game for Cupcake sitting pretty there in the corner, but finally opened up. Goes in. No crossover, actually. JJ with the low heavy. Ooh, isn't able to block in time. Drive rush. He's losing a lot of resource. They're keeping it close. Unsafe donkey kick. They both jump. Game for Cupcake ready with the jump up. Level 2 connects. And that's going to be round 1 for Game for Cupcake. Going into the second round with no meter. But that's fine. He's still going to have enough time to actually build that up for round number 3. JJ jumping over the fireballs. Taking his time. Game for Cupcake. Trying to figure out exactly where to poke and pod as well. Finally keeps doing it. Game for Cupcake happy to just keep resetting this back to neutral and staying far away. It's not that JediJ is crumbling, but he has fewer opportunities to get in and stay in. The few interactions that Game for Cupcake has with JediJ up close, the better chances of him winning. As we can see right there, you give JediJ an inch and he's gonna take 100% of your life. Not that time though. Wonderful mix-up, drive rush, keeping the corner pressure up. Game for Cupcake not actually using a lot of DPs there in the corner as he did against GlitchT. Instead, jumping up, realizing that a lot of JediJ's conversions are from the ground rather than in the air. He's no air fighter, but he can throw hands in the air when needed. Another dungeon charge. And there we go, the confirm into the KO. The level 2 was a lot to spend, but that's still going to be enough for at least a level 1 here in round number 3. And if he has enough opportunity, he can actually charge up to 2 meters. Taking his time. Got a little perfect there. Not getting a lot of perfect. 83 seconds left on the clock. Game for Cupcake just throwing out that plasma. JJ not ready for that drive rush. This Game for Cupcake is going to keep JediJ in the corner. One more fireball. Oh, but the cross under. Beautiful punish for Itatsu. He jumps up. It's safe. Puts him in the corner. No grab just yet, but he's fishing for it. JJ realizing that he's in advantage. Doesn't want to overextend. And yes, Game for Cupcake is in burnout. Now's the chance to go in. But what a mistake. The CA misses! JediJ goes in for the kill. He's never going to have another chance like this before. But no, Game for Cupcake still manages to jab him away. He may have lost the critical art, but he hasn't lost his heart. Hasn't lost his mind. Drive impact, enough to keep him at bay. JediJ overextends with the jab, and Game for Cupcake still secures game number 3. What JediJ can't do is lose focus. He can't be thinking about not being able to finish that optimal combo into the kill. Instead, he just has to focus on winning this game so we can bring it to a game 5. First time winning the game, though, against Game for Cupcake. If he can do it once, he can do it 2 more times. JediJ has been opened up a lot by the Hadoken into the drive rush down medium. He jumps up. Tries to call it jump 2, but he's prowling. Keeping the blocks, guessing right now it's his turn to play. One more guess. No grab. Game for Cupcake has blocked that overhead. Donkey kick is just so safe. But you're not safe there from the pile driver. JediJ, an advantage here. He's trying to bait that out, ready for it this time. The Hadoken into the drive rush, crouching medium. Wants to get him in the corner. Punishes the Denshin charge. Game for Cupcake has been getting away with that for free this entire time just because he's kept far away. But up close, you can't be doing that. Oh, he misses the punish there with the jab. JediJ, very aware of that critical art that Game for Cupcake has. And he throws the level 3, trying to catch the drive rush. It's all gone now, but he does have that level 1. Doesn't need it. Jumps in, gets the kill. We're going to game 5. JediJ knows that game 4 Cupcake doesn't have what it takes to take down GlitchT, but JediJ wants a crack at it, being like, if no one's been able to do it, I can do it. But he's got to get through this Ryu extraordinaire first. JediJ being so comfortable here at mid-range and now up close. Keeps game for Cupcake guessing you can't be DPing right there, right in front of Alex. Blocks a donkey kick. The multi-hit there from the Denshin charge Hadoken is going to break through that drive impact. He's happy to trade, but you don't want to be just throwing out that jab willy-nilly either. Game for Cupcake and burn out. Probably about half left. Hey, that DP from that far? What are you aiming at? JediJ with on set point. Game for Cupcake sticking with the game plan of the fireballs. Oh, JediJ trying to get the DI out, but isn't able to in time. All right, level 2 hits. JediJ's down to half health. Game for Cupcake sticking with that plasma. Small misinput's not going to stop this threat of Hadokens, but now JediJ stays in, gets stuffed out by that jab. And he misspaced the grab. Does have the critical art. He's jumping, and he's burned out. He's caught by the DI into the OD Shoryu. One more round for either player, and they're going on to grand finals for the chance to take down GlitchT. Neither wants to lose their composure here. JediJ trying to perfect parry, keeping up the pressure. Oh, the heavy kick misses his. Game for a Cupcake jumps on over it. Another Denshin charge. JediJ just blocking instead of parrying, jumps in. Caught game for Cupcake slacking. He's got the CA, but it's not going to connect. It's blocked. Game for Cupcake going on. He's got that level 3. He can finish the job. Will it be enough? It will not. JediJ with just a little more life, but that's all he needs. But both are burnt out. Got to go back to classic Street Fighter now. Ooh, very scary moment right there. JediJ has to be jumping over this. He can't block. He's going to get chipped out. He jumps up, and no. Game for Cupcake ready with a sweep. A 3-2 victory over JediJ, and he goes on to grand finals to fight GlitchT, the run back that we've been waiting for. A very hard fought game event against both these Ravens. You know, never fun to knock out a teammate, but when you're both in losers finals, hey, GG's. We're gonna have a good time. But there can only be one winner, and that is going to be Game for a Cupcake getting another win over JediJ, but in a very close set. Game 5, last round. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. But no, we're going to take a quick little break here while we wait for grand finals to get started. But just look at the run that they've had here. Game for Cupcake did lose 3-1 over GlitchT, but that Ryu is looking hot right now. Meanwhile, JediJ with a great bracket run over there on the loser side against Seabass. And then another one against GlitchT. I mean, not GlitchT, Gucci Mane and Tail. And of course, Gucci Mane and Tail losing over to GlitchT. GlitchT being the one to beat. But hey, Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So we're going to take a few minutes here to get these players ready. But don't go anywhere. This is the grand finals you've been waiting for. And Gucci Mane and Tail, the #1 seed, did go down 3-1 to GlitchT. As we can see here, a bit of an odd bracket here with just how many upsets we had. You know, GlitchT, of course, getting 3-0 over Seabass, but then having a hard time. Yeah, but then over there, Gucci Mane and Tail, the favorite to win, going down 3-1. Very close game, though. The two Sagats could not beat GlitchT, so the Mai came out, and nope, the mirror match was not going to do it either. Came from Cupcakes, 3-0 against JediJ, and that's really was the most exciting match that we had. Well, one of the most exciting matches we had here, just because, you know, we were expecting a similar situation in Losers Finals during the run back, but that's not really what we got here. And especially JediJ, you know, actually knocking out the first seed there in Losers Round 2. Gucci going down 3-1. Similar situation he had against GlitchT there in Winners Round 2. But of course, that's what makes these national championships so exciting on this last day. And we're going to be going to grand finals here just a second. But came for Cupcake on loser side versus GlitchT, who has not lost a game, has not lost a set just yet. It is 0-0 at the moment as we have not started. But still, this is really anybody's bracket so far. We have seen how far Came for Cupcake has come. GlitchT, so impressive with the modern Mai. But that Ryu, you know, sticking with that Fireball game plan against Alex was the right choice. But we're going to have to see how he does readjust against GlitchT, who is a lot more mobile, has zoning tools with the fans as well. And it looks like GlitchT was catching on a lot of those habits when it came to the DPs out of the corner and stuff like that. So as long as Came for Cupcake isn't preemptively striking or mashing these, you know, reversal tools in the corner, he should have a much better time here. Grand finals right now for EGF in Street Fighter 6 happening right now. Much better round start here for Came for Cupcake. Has that Denshin charge. GlitchT relentless in this pressure on block, but Came for Cupcake ready for everything. More Hadoken. GlitchT so jumpy though. Came for Cupcake cannot rely on those Hadokens like he did against JediJ. Alright, we got 2 for 2 throws. Nice DP out of the corner there. Able to just hold on to that until very much needed. Alright, crouching medium jab. But that's not going to be enough against this pressure. GlitchT taking round 1. Showing off exactly why he's on winner's side here in Grands. Came for Cupcake, walking back, trying to get some space. No Shoryuken though, but she's gonna start catching on to that. But he gets a nice crossover. And once more, it seemed these jabs there in neutral, trying to preemptively catch a drive rush, which GlitchT hasn't been doing a lot right now. Came for Cupcake, using that bar though. Tatsu to close that distance. Another mix. Gets the grab. Came for Cupcake, does not want to be in the corner. An air-to-air trade. Gets him out. He's being very careful here. Does not want to throw that DP, but he does get caught moving forward. Burnt out, but no! The level 2 coming out and beating the drive impact. GlitchT just saving that for that moment. He knew. Round 1. Hey, don't look at me. Let's go back to the game here. Came for Cupcake with these great anti-airs for the DP. If Glitch is gonna be jumping, he's gonna get swatted down. GlitchT waiting for Came for Cupcake to jump first. Carries him into the corner. Another Shoryuken out of the corner. And it's always the OD as well, but that's fine. Throw the second. But if you're going to spend all those resources to get out of the corner, you will get burnt out. Came for Cupcake, though. Taking it easy. Tries to do the heavy kick in the air. Level 1 will be enough to break the drive impact. Oh, and he walks back just in case. And he secures the kill there. Came for Cupcake, came to play. Came for dubs. But is this the only one he's gonna have in this second game? He hopes not. He's hungry. Hungry for more. More dubs. Dub cereal. It's dub o'clock. GlitchT in the corner for the first time. Maya doing what she does best and just carrying halfway across the stage. Game for Cupcake, doing a lot of these air-to-air trades there. Not actually winning those out, but drive impact, burning GlitchT out. Not extending that. He jumps in once again. Something Game for Cupcake wants to start doing as well is if GlitchT is going to be jumping in, he wants to be doing a lot more DPs instead of just jumping into the air. And he's just happy for that chip out.
Ryu wins.
It's 1-1. Came for Cupcake. Looking pretty hot right now as he looks to reset the bracket. 2 more games, that's all it takes. As I said before earlier in this bracket, modern players may be able to get the podium place, or at least top 8 in these bigger tournaments, but there is always a ceiling that they tend to hit here. Game for Cupcake, try to do that OD, that ODP through the fan, but wasn't able to do it, learning that those fans are made of like Nintendium or something with how strong they are. He jumps in, isn't caught. GlitchT walking a lot more. Game for Cupcake with the drive rush. More pressure. He just seems to be actually whittling GlitchT down a lot. GlitchT playing a very defensive game, but not even throwing out the fans. Instead, parry, jabbing, poking, and prodding when Came for Cupcake comes to him. Not being a very active participant here. But instead, just trying to play defensively, bide his time, but time is not on your side with Came for Cupcake.
Round 2. Fight.
GlitchT looking to be a little more assertive in this round number 2 in game 3. Trading blows. Came for Cupcake just out of reach though to make that fireball unsafe. Donkey kick is not perfect parried. And we're going to mix up that drive rush approach with the grab. Came for Cupcake can afford to take these trades with such a large life lead. It looks like these two just want to brawl. GlitchT throwing out a lot of moves and ending up just getting counter hits.
Ryu wins.
And another counter hit. Catching GlitchT mashing. He's up 2-1 right now, but can he get that last game to reset the bracket? GlitchT having lost a little steam in those last couple games. He's looking to try to keep up that aggression again, but Came for Cupcake catching him and getting a nice 50% combo right there. He's got so much resource, and he misinputs the drive rush. That's going to cost him dearly here as GlitchT has come back out of the corner and is reset neutral. fans, more fireballs.
Pay attention.
Oh, and the opening was right there. His drive rushes into the grab. First round in game number 4 goes to Came for Cupcake. One does have to wonder though, what kind of cupcake did he come for? Some people say chocolate, others say vanilla. Came for Cupcake knows. And he knows that it tastes like victory, whatever flavor it may be. GlitchT with excellent reactions there. The drive rush into the DI just to get a little closer to Came for Cupcake. Came for Cupcake though, keeping him guessing. He used the Tatsu to chase there on the Oki. Oh, he tries to walk back with the fan, coming back down, catches him. The level 3 will be enough to take him out here. Or just not enough. Has a sliver of life left. And as we've seen before, that's all you need here to take rounds. A nice little parry into Cat, making sure to block that fan coming down as well. GlitchT burnt out once more, but both are as well. Juggle going with the donkey kick. The bullet comes out, it misses, but a jab's all you need. We have a bracket reset, folks. True finals, here we come. As we get into that right away, we'll talk a little bit about what happened that last set. So, what really happened? What was the difference between GlitchT and Came for Cupcake right there? Or let me see if we're actually resetting the bracket here. Should be. It is double limb. I believe we are resetting the brackets. Do give me a moment here. Okay, yes, we are. Okay, no problem. I was like, oh, just needed a minute there to refocus. But anyway, let's focus on that match once more. You know, Came for Cupcake did lose, you know, first in winners finals to GlitchT. So the big difference right there was that exactly what I was talking about last time was Came for Cupcake just tightening things up a lot. Wasn't doing DP out of the corner every time. Wasn't going for the same option. You know, and when the fireballs weren't working, it was actually managing to press forward with drive rush or pokes with these lows and jabs. You know, preemptively actually catching GlitchT on a few of those drive rushes. And GlitchT at times didn't really know what to do in those instances. There was a moment in game number 2 for about a couple rounds where he's like, okay, I'm going to play a lot more. I'm not going to press buttons. I'm just going to kind of sit back. I'm going to kind of parry, walk up, walk back. And Came for Cupcake was like, look, if you're just going to be passive about this, then I'm going to play my game. I'm going to go up through the fireball, rush in. And then if you're just blocking, it's going to be a grab. It's going to be jabs on block. And if you're still blocking, then you're going to get grabbed again or opened up. So really good job on Came for Cupcake for tightening up those rough edges that he had in winners finals. The improvement from even then until now, from winners finals to losers finals to now, is impressive. Wonderful adaptation. GlitchT, you know, I would say he was playing such an assertive game plan in winners round 1, winners round 2. There's no reason for him to be so nervous here when he does play a character that has all the tools to stuff you out. If he wants to play, you know, a zoning game, he totally can with those fans. Just keep throwing them out, you know, 1, 2, or even just OD and just mix it up. You know, if you're going to do that, then you can afford to actually use your drive rush and, you know, spend it all because you're going to be throwing it on the projectile game. And if you burnt out, then he's burnt out. And that's fine. You can still win these interactions as long as you can still poke and carry him into the corner. And that's where GlitchT excels. It's the corner pressure that won him, you know, winners finals. It's the corner pressure that got him, you know, the win over seed 1 of Gucci Mane. And so really where GlitchT wants to put Came for Cupcakes is that corner. But he does have to try and mix up exactly what he's going to do there as well, because Came for Cupcakes just not throwing out the same options that he was over in winners finals. So it is 3-1 right now, but we have a bracket reset. Both are in losers. It's true finals.
This will be a good fight.
Whoever wins this set wins the entire bracket. Okay, for Cupcake throwing out a few jabs there, just to make sure that GlitchT isn't going to just drive rush in. GlitchT perhaps thinking to himself the same thing I was talking about. It's just being a little more aggressive here. Not so much the fan gameplay, but just going in and being like, I'm going to press some buttons. I'm Mai. Alright, doesn't get the parry there. Looking for Cupcake. Gets a little Denshin charge into the grab. And a great wake up DP. GlitchT not ready for it. We're throwing out that fan. Trying to close that distance. Another one. Drive rush. And we're just going to sit and block. Really good awareness from both players to be like, listen, in true finals, gotta figure out what my opponent wants this time. Came for Cupcake, not in the corner. GlitchT pushing him back, but is in burnout, so doesn't have as many tools to throw out here. Gotta play a little more defensively, or just find his time. GlitchT finds that opening, but came for Cupcake, ready for the cross-up. Another DP. And now GlitchT in the corner himself, a taste of his own medicine, but the level 2 comes out. And no, the fan beats out the level 1.
But not good enough.
Round 2. Fight.
GlitchT looking ever more confident here in round 1 than before. The fans putting in that double time work. Perfect spacing for Cupcake. Pokes, prods, finds the opening. Throws out that plasma, but the slow ball this time. His favorite approach here with those Hadokens when he wants to drive rush is the drive rush low. GlitchT ready for that? Okay, for Cupcake, he's actually being conditioned not to Denshin charge too much here, as GlitchT is throwing out these fans that interrupts it. Tries to go for the heavy sweep and the jump in, but remains in the corner. OD Shoryuken again isn't going to beat out that fan. Tried that once before, isn't going to work again. And folks, we all know the definition of insanity. It's DPing out of the corner again and again. Level 1 power up. And hey, he didn't learn his lesson, but I think after 3 times, he gets the message. GlitchT 1-0 right now in true finals. And we can see Came for Cupcake getting a little panicky there in the corner. We may see a change of character here as we go back to that select screen. The Ryu's doing well. I would not suggest switching off that Ryu, especially when it did win, you know, the first set. You know, you're sticking with the master himself. You know, I don't think there's another character that would really go toe now, especially when we haven't seen the character switch from Came for Cupcake just yet. But exactly what happened last game, that was the last set. So GlitchT did keep pushing Came for Cupcake into the corner. He wasn't actually calling out a lot of these approaches that Came for Cupcake has been doing, you know, fireball to drive rush into a low kick. So GlitchT, you know, he's like, hey, sometimes I'm going to have to trade with this, which was what he was trying to do on that last set, being like, okay, you know, but he wasn't winning those trades because he was at such a health deficit. But now if you're even health, then okay, I'm going to keep trading. I'm going to like keep throwing out a lot more fans as well to interrupt the Denshin charge as well as any sort of approach. So it did keep Came for Cupcake more on the defensive side from afar than he had in the last set, which gave GlitchT the opportunity to push him into the corner and then set up the fan pressure into making Came for Cupcake just be like, listen, I'm going to panic and I'm going to DP out of the corner again. And he does it every time. And it's not even a regular DP. It's always going to be the OD DP being like, look, it's fast, it's strong, it's invincible on wake up, but it's not plus on block. And if GlitchT is just kind of far away, he's not really going to approach. And if he does, he's going to block. So Came for Cupcake's got to start mashing some jabs out of the corner or just mixing it up with those grabs. But sometimes you just got to hold block, especially when you do have 3 fans coming at you and they bounce off you and they're coming back down. You know, it's a really tough situation. No player wants to be in the corner against Mai, who has a life lead. It's just not a pretty place. Speaking of a pretty place, we're gonna see what's going on here. Looks like we just maybe switching up the lobby right now. Not really a change of character here, but just like, hey, we're gonna remake the lobby, make sure connections are good. No Johns here, folks. Speaking of no Johns, I don't think anyone here in bracket is named John. Terrible joke aside, I do think that Came for Cupcake is taking this moment to have a much needed break. He wants to make sure that he's like, hey, going in with a game plan. It worked last time, like what happened this time. And again, it is just kind of making sure that you don't make the same mistakes you did that first set in winners finals. You don't always be doing ODTP out in the corner. You don't always want to be doing the same fireball pattern. And if it is the same fireball pattern, you don't always want to be rush driving in and then doing a low kick. You want to try and poke and prod, do some donkey kicks, and those were working very well in the first sets of grand finals. He was able to do donkey kick. He was able to actually pressure that, and GlitchT wasn't able to, really punish that from afar. And donkey kick is just really, really safe. Like, you just throw that out, and as long as GlitchT doesn't jump over it, it's pretty plus on block. You're gonna be okay. All right, but folks, we are going to go for just a little bit of a break, though. Our fighters need just a couple minutes to regain their composure. A little break like this in the middle of true finals, I get it. You're excited, I'm excited, but sometimes you need a little bit of water to stay hydrated and keep the mind sharp. We'll be right back, folks. Welcome back, everybody. So, we got some good news and we got some bad news. Bad news, we did not get to show you the last two games of True Finals. Unfortunately, we had a technical hiccup and we were booted from the spectator lobby. So, we weren't able to see GlitchT win 3-0 over Came for Cupcake. The Milpitas High School extraordinaire beating Came for Cupcake from St. Raymond High School for boys in New York. And as a fellow Californian who was born and raised over there and now resides in New York, I'm a little hurt. I would have liked to see some of the New Yorkers, show up, but that's okay. Still got that hometown pride over there with GlitchT, who we're going to go to now to talk about his victory and his amazing bracket run in today's national championship. Hello, GlitchT. Welcome. First off, congratulations. Very hard fought. There are a few moments where I thought, oh man, this guy's going to go down, but You always manage to bring it back. What was your thinking going into today's brackets?
Oh my man, I, I was nervous the whole time. Like I couldn't even sleep last night. I was that
Hmm.
nervous.
I
But,
mean, I can see the
but
nervousness come out in grand finals game too. There are a couple of
oh
moments where you're
yeah,
like, I'm gonna stop pressing
yeah,
buttons and I'm just gonna try and figure out what the pattern is for, King for Cupcake's Fireball game plan. And you just kind of crumbled because like, hey, if you're not gonna press buttons, he certainly will. And he kind of woke up after that, after losing
yes, I
grand
did. Yeah,
finals and getting the resets, um, which was a little. I guess it was a little odd seeing that kind of hesitation from you because in the rest of the
mm,
bracket you've been very confident, and as you do have the tools to be as aggressive and as passive as you want, but ultimately you do need to be aggressive when keeping somebody in the corner. But yeah,
yes,
like
that is very true.
yeah, like obviously, in true finals, that nervousness, kind of washed away. The aggressiveness came back, winning 3-0. And he said you were nervous the whole time. I would say that didn't really show. Is that something that your
Yeah.
coach has kind of instilled in you, how to, you know, your mentality going into a day like this?
Yes, he in fact did. So in practice mode, we were training like at home. He made me do combo practice, and he made me do like this one combo like 5, 10 times in a row. And then when I get to like that last time, like so I feel that nervousness, so I'm kind of like prepared for it.
Hmm. Now, be real with our audience here. Do you have more time in practice mode or do you have more time in online?
Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have more time online.
No. All right. Your next thing is you're gonna put in more hours into training
Yes, I
mode.
gotta put in more hours into training mode. 'Cause, I mean, I wasn't serious about this until my coach like approached me like, "Hey, do you want to be on the Street Fighter team?"
Yeah, talk about that. It's not often. Well, when I grew up, I was really just relegated to friends' houses and basements when it came to playing Street Fighter. Street Fighter 4 was my game in high school, and now seeing Street Fighter 6, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. This is great. I would have killed to have a Street Fighter team in high school. So when you were approached to join the team, what convinced you to join?
Honestly, what convinced me was just like the love I have for the game. Like I really enjoyed playing the game, had a lot of fun.
So now that you won the national championships here for EGF, what is the next step for you? I know that obviously the season is over here for the high school, but we got plenty of other tournaments coming up nationwide. Where do you want to go, and who do you hope to compete with?
Well, first off, where I want to go is the training room to get more hours
Yes.
there. And honestly, from there, I'm not really sure, but I do know I want to compete more.
Mhm. Well, Los Angeles always has a lot of entrants when it comes to tournaments. Check out your locals in the area. Any locals you want to shout out that you go to?
Locals. Well, first off, I want to shout out my school here at Innovation Campus Extension at Pierce High School. Very supportive. They turned me on the whole time. I even had a whole crowd watch me play. That was great.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, I want to shout out to my family who was very supportive, which was honestly I found surprising because my parents hate when I play that game.
But why? You're so good.
I know. So it's just my mom. She just like how I use my. You could kind of see explain it to see why.
Too scandalous. I see. Listen, my
Yeah.
mom said the same thing when I played Chun-Li.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's that
I don't think it's that bad. No, but
bad.
obviously the dedication is shown, and your parents will eventually come around to it if you stick with it. Like, growing up,
Yeah.
obviously had that stigma and stuff, but look at me now. Now I'm casting video games, and my mom is like begrudgingly like, "Okay, have fun. You got it." Just like you got it there, and it looks like the rest of the team is behind you as well. I guess last question I do
Yes.
have for you is there anyone on the team you'd like to shout out? I know that you kind of had to knock out JediJ over there, who was your fellow teammate here. But anybody you want to highlight on the team today?
Well, Well, I'm the only one on the team, so I don't have any teammates.
Oh, I apologize. I was thinking of
Oh,
Camper Cupcake there. I apologize
yeah.
there, GlitchT. But no,
No, no, it's okay. Yeah,
yeah. But no, like I guess your teammates, have helped you practice over time and stuff. So
yeah.
is there anyone on the team you want to highlight? Anybody you think will be in the next national championships?
Um, well, on my team, no, because I'm only one. But I do want to shout out to like the esports members. So I want to shout out Finn, Haley, which are kind of like our production managers. They were just very supportive of me. They would hype me up every single moment they could. It was great.
Well, that's amazing to hear, GlitchT. Well, I hope you put in some more hours into training. You check out your local
Yes.
scenes. You go down, enter some bigger tournaments, some bigger online brackets as well. Hard to, obviously the sky's the limit after the national championship. So, congratulations again. Enjoy the long weekend. I will see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And with that, folks, that is going to be the end of the EGF High School National Championship online for Street Fighter 6. Had a hell of a bracket, lots of close sets, some heartbreaking moments, but at the end, we're all playing it for the love of the game. Thank you to everyone who came to watch today. I've been Swiss Rider. You can catch me on Twitter at Arnie Hermes and casting your locals, regionals, online championships, as well as your major tournaments for Super Smash Bros., Street Fighter 6, and Tekken 8. If you want to keep up with me, be sure to do so on Twitter at Arnie Hermes. But that's going to be it from me. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Enjoy the long weekend. I will see you next time here on EGF.